do a little explainer here for this arrangement of Merle Travis's Sweet Temptation. And the idea I got for this arrangement came from a YouTube video I had seen by a young guy named Ben Hall, terrific player, and I'll link I'll put a link to his video in the description here of him playing this live. There's another video of Merle Travis playing it with a band, and in that one Merle's pretty much just playing rhythm guitar, just kind of outlining the chords. And there's various other versions that you can find on the web. I think that Eddie Pennington and his son Alonzo have a YouTube video of it, and maybe Tom Bresh has a video of it. Anyway, I recommend you taking a look at all those, which I did as I was thinking about how I wanted to play it. The chords, the basic chords, and this is important, I think, to keep in mind, are actually very simple. So it's in the key of A. Well, they're just sweet temptation. A, then 4, D, then A. It seems, then the 5, which is E. Sweet temptation. D, none by A, la, E, A. Anyway, it's important to remember what the basic chords are as we're doing the fancier chords, because then you'll kind of know where they're coming from. So at the beginning we just play the melody. So it's open string. It's a nice sort of a run up that uses an open string there. Now this first chord is it's a version of an A chord, but it's kind of wonderfully dissonant. It is, if you can think of this as an A chord, this would be like the A7th, just the top of it, and now we're going to add the 6th, so that would be called probably a 13th chord. That's kind of a pretty jazzy chord, and we're going to add this note here, which is in some calculations the minor third, but we'll call it the sharp 9. It gives that kind of edgy feel to it, and this will come again. This sharp 9 will come in again later, which we'll talk about. But anyway, it's not necessarily important that you know exactly what degree of the chords these are, but it's nice to know that this is a version of an A chord. So anyway, so we're just kind of picking out the melody there within that chord, and it's a nice use of that open string, which we want to make sure can ring a little bit. Now we're going to go to the 4, and all we do is do a quick leading tone. So again, it's just that 4. That's the D7th. We're going to play it as a D9th. Okay, but we want to get some melody notes here. And the way that Ben Hall plays it, that's what he does. He just stays on the D9th. That's quite a stretch, though. And as I was working on this, I couldn't get it to sound right with that stretch and keep the rhythm correct. So I started thinking about other ways I might be able to do that. And let me just play through this, and then I'll explain what I did. So what I'm doing here is I'm moving through different inversions of this D chord. So right here is my D9th. At the, common shape that we see at the 5th fret there. And this is this D, very common, like Mississippi John Hurt D, where you slide up. And you can see we can get our melody notes there. And then I move up to this shape D, the kind of long A shape D. And I see that I have the notes that I need there. So anyway, let's show this again and just kind of understand that we're just kind of rolling through different inversions of that D. Then we're going to go back to the A. So I'm going to do D, A. So that A is just, again, it's kind of just a long A, and we're just finding the melody notes there. And then to the E. So again. And we're sliding into that. And the E. And again. Now this sliding up to this A thing there, real common. Like I use that in Mississippi John Hurt songs quite a lot. That's a thing that Mississippi John Hurt does. So that's kind of where it comes from in my playing. So that's the whole verse right there, or the whole. Is that the chorus? I guess. Okay, so the sweet temptation. Okay, now let's go to the other part of the song, the B part. The chords for the B part are bum 4 da 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 1 4 da 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 5. So again, pretty simple chords, but let me show you how we do it. So we start out with this, maybe got lots of hidden charm. Now I want to explain this chord here. This is a weird one, but it's a classic Merle Travis D7th or D9th. And it's kind of hard to play at first, but after you do it a number of times, I think you'll find that your finger can grab it more easily. So let's break it down. Here's a D7th that we're used to. Take that pinky off. Take the ring finger off, and you've got that 9th there, and then you put your thumb over. That's a not uncommon D9th chord that we see. What we're going to add here is this. So we've got this. That's the 4th fret of the 4th string, and then we're going to get this. That's the 7th. So that's that C note. That's the 7th of the D. Same note as that note, and bring the thumb over. You'll see this also in other Merle Travis songs like 9-Pound Hammer. And it's a movable shape. So anyway, that's that D9. But maybe I've got lots of hidden charms that you find out if you hold me in your arms. So what I do here is I slide up to that 5. It's going to lead us back into the A part of the song, but I just add, again, it's that sharp 9. This is sometimes known as the Hold It chord. There was a great old song, Bill Doggett, called Hold It, that a lot of people played, and it's also called the Jimi Hendrix chord, because I think he plays this in The Wind Cried Mary. You'll often hear it referred to as the Jimi Hendrix chord, but it's and interestingly, as an aside, Jimi Hendrix played in a rhythm and blues band that used to play Hold It, and it's quite likely that that's where Jimi Hendrix got the chord. It's a sharp 9. It's just like that, how you would play an E9, but you're gonna put your pinky right there. That happens to be the 9th of the chord, sharp 1. Anyway, we get that kind of dissonant it's quite appropriate to the song too. So again, maybe I've got lots of hidden charms.